First 5-game start in franchise history, but the odds are still in both of their favors. The Chiefs are plus 175 and are just slightly behind the Chargers at plus 150, with the Ravens remaining in the favorite spot in the AFC North. We welcome the great Kimberly Martin to the show. K-Mart, are the Chiefs or the Ravens more likely to win their division?
I covered the Ravens-Texans game, and as bad as that game was, I'm still going to say the Ravens. Do I have a ton of confidence saying that? No, but I'm looking at the division, and I'm looking at the fact that at least in the AFC West, the Chargers have beaten every other team that's in their division. When you look at the AFC North, who's the team that stands in the Ravens' way? It's the Steelers right now, and a 41-year-old quarterback. The Browns and the Bengals, even with that flip-flop in the quarterbacks, I don't have a ton of confidence that the Bengals are going to be able to be a real legitimate threat. You look at the Ravens' schedule, they got the Rams, tough. Then they got the bye. After that, we've talked about Derrick Henry sort of being a non-factor. The next 3 games are against 3 teams, some of the worst run defenses in the NFL. If you look at their schedule, at least on paper, you could still see a path for the Ravens to be, not just have a winning record, but to be a playoff team. But again, I don't say that with a ton of confidence.
Swagoo, I cannot believe we're talking week 5, Chiefs and Ravens. Who's doing worse, who's doing better? What are your thoughts on this one? Which team can turn it around and win that division?
I'm going KC. I've actually been encouraged by their performances and losses at times. Obviously, at the beginning of the season, not all the requisite weapons available, but then they're starting to get healthier. This Jacksonville game was phenomenal. This game was about Jacksonville. They made the plays down the stretch to win these games, but you can see at times that little peak, that hint of dominance from the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think they'll become more consistent with that. And I know the Chargers they played well. They've dropped the game that was kind of head scratching. Denver obviously gets a big win against Philadelphia, and the Raiders are a non-factor in this division right now. I still believe in Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I still think that this team can find the stride that I don't know if the Baltimore Ravens can find because of the injuries, because of the inconsistency that they've shown up until this point. I'm not all the way out on the Ravens, but I think the Ravens, from a team identity standpoint, has to figure out who they are. I think Kansas City knows who they are at this point of the season, but will continue to get better. And I don't want people to downplay the fact that Rashee Rice will be back here pretty soon with this football team that'll make them more dynamic offensively. I think the Chiefs still have a really good opportunity to win this division, even with their loss to the Los Angeles Chargers.
I agree with both of you. I think I'm with both of you. But you made a great point. I didn't get a chance to say it yesterday, at least here. I'll say it now. The game on Monday was about Jacksonville. It was not about Kansas City. It was about Trevor Lawrence going down the field, which he never does. It was about that defense making a big play against Mahomes. It's about them putting a win on top of a good win against San Francisco and doubling down. They're a very erratic, sketchy team. That was about Jacksonville, and I think Swagoo's right. Kansas City, I see brighter days ahead. But I think you are correct because I think the division is much easier. All right, Cleveland's terrible. Cincinnati stinks. The Steelers, 41-year-old quarterback, they haven't been that impressive anyway, so who knows. Kansas, Denver's a good team. Obviously, the Chargers injuries, they're a pretty good team. Baltimore, I still think, will be able to figure out a way to navigate the AFC North. Now, here's the one statistic that's interesting. I'm sure you guys did this the other day. When you're 1-4, only 7% of the time do you make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So that is a low percent. The Ravens are really going to have to overcome horrific percentage. And I'm not a data person, but that is interesting. But after the Rams, schedule gets better. They're going to come out with a vengeance when Lamar gets healthy. I have confidence in John Harbaugh. He's a good coach. I like to make fun of him here, but he's a good coach. Listen, I'm not stupid. I think I'm not stupid. He's a good coach. So I'm going to go Ravens better chance to win their division than Kansas City.
Not a data guy, though.
Not a data guy. Go ahead, Mr. Smith. You may continue.
I honestly don't know. And the reason I say that is because before last week, I would have looked at the AFC North and I would have said, hey, the Baltimore Ravens will be just fine. Lamar Jackson's going to come back. Derrick Henry's going to come back. The Steelers ain't that impressive. Cincinnati's done, Cleveland, etc. But their defense looked so damn bad last week against Houston. It's hard to calculate how bad things have gotten. I mean, we can do it this way. Scoring defense dead last. They're 31st in total defense and pass defense. They're 29th in run defense, third down defense. They're 27th red zone defense. They're 31st. They're just awful across the board. Absolutely awful. And when you look at John Harbaugh, yes, Bisciotti is not going to pull a plug on him. He wouldn't do that to him in the middle of the season. He shouldn't, because this is 18th year, whatever. And we all know that the man has had success and he can coach. He's also a guy that since he arrived has lost 17 fourth quarter double-digit leads. And the reason why you have folks in Baltimore, like some folks in Baltimore calling for his head,
They are.
is because of Lamar Jackson. You've had him since 2018. What you gonna do? Like, how many people get to have Lamar Jackson as a quarterback? You said on many occasions, he's playing like an MVP. He's already won 2 MVPs. You know, he was a runner-up last year to Josh Allen. He was having an MVP caliber year statistically before he went down this year. The brother's all world. And somehow, some way, you can't seem to get over the hump with him. So when you look at it from that standpoint, it's not about whether John Harbaugh can coach or not, because we know he can. It's not about whether he can lead or not, because we know he can. It does get to a point with certain teams. Is it time for a new voice?
This is Andy Reid in Philly.
No.
It was
You know
the
what
Andy
this
Reid
is? You
thing,
know what
right?
this is? This is people talking about Mike Tomlin heading into the season again. Do you need a new voice in Pittsburgh?
Really?
I understand.
Compare those two? Because John Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. That's why they would get on him in Pittsburgh.
What I'm comparing it to is the question of, do the Steelers need a new voice? A lot of people have that same question. And right now, we're talking about the Steelers. They might run away with this division. Some people think they're going to win the division. I understand why there are questions about John Harbaugh. I understand why there's questions about their defensive coordinator, Zach Orr. That's sort of the bigger issue. You've talked about the identity of this. It doesn't look like the Ravens of old. This defense doesn't look like the Ravens of old. But at some point, you kind of have to give those teams, whether it be the Chiefs, whether it be the Bills, whether it be the Ravens, teams that have been there in those big spots, you kind of have to give them the benefit of the doubt to some degree.
Baltimore?
Yeah. I know you're going to say the playoffs.
The gentleman from Louisiana would like to speak.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Swag. I'm coming with you 1 second. I'm only saying it, Kimberly, in this regard. You have Lamar Jackson. See, Mike Tomlin didn't have, Ben Roethlisberger left 2 years too late. And we don't even want to bring up the quarterbacks he had since. With him, it's like the standard's the standard, but you haven't won a playoff game since 2016. With John Harbaugh, it's about, yo, man, we got Lamar Jackson. How many times you gonna miss this? That's all I'm saying. Well, go ahead, Swagoo.
See, Doggy Peter and K-Boy, he done got in that political spectrum. Can you answer the damn question?
I did answer the question.
We wasn't talking about John Harbaugh. Can you answer the damn question? Whether Kansas City or the Ravens more likely to win the division?
He
please?
said, I don't know.
I said I don't know. I was honest.
You don't get paid not to know.
Well, you know what, Swagoo? That is a very
Answer
good
the
question.
question.
Time out. I thought you would appreciate for once me. It's rare that I say I don't know. I thought you would appreciate my honesty. But since you want me to insist, I would say to you, I will roll with Kimberly on this. The Ravens more likely to win their division than the Chiefs.
Okay.
That's all you had to. It's first take. That's all you had to do.
Well, y'all brought up John Harbaugh, so that's why I went there. And don't be rude. Don't be rude. You can huff and puff all you want to. Don't make me come down to Texas.
I can be rude.
Don't make me come down to Texas.
I can be rude. Because we love each other. It's like me and Mad Dog. Me and you, we love each other. I can be rude.
I will say this. You were in the building.
It's so good to see you. You make that set look so much better, K-Boy.
Agreed. You were in the building. It did look pretty weird seeing someone else do the Ray Lewis dance in the end zone, and none of those Ravens come over there and do it. That did not feel like Ravens football.
Well, some Ravens went over there and tried to get the ball.
Jair Alexander went over.
Like,
Who just got here.
Yeah,
and
right.
who just got here, showed more Ravens